What is up, everyone? It's your girl, Chynna, aka ChynnaWynna. Welcome to my castle. Today we're going to be seeing what are your toxic traits, okay? Bringing in the New Year's with some reality checks. So, we're going to do pick a clothing pattern. So, pile 1 is plaid. Pile 2 is houndstooth. And pile 3 is stripes, okay? So we're going to do P&P, pause and pick your pile. And when you do, I will see you there. What is up, my pile ones? If you chose the plaid pattern, then congratulations, you have found your pile. And we're just going to get right into what are your toxic traits. So first we have the 9 of Wands right here, which is Sagittarius. We have the Magician, which is Virgo and Gemini, Mercury energy. We have the Ace of Swords, air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And we have the 5 of Wands, which is Leo energy, okay? And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Justice, Libra, okay? Let me put this here for now so I don't forget that these were on the bottom of the deck. I don't want to make this ugly for y'all. Okay. So, it's kind of covering the Ace of Swords. So, pile 1, you all are like stray cats in a way. You all have definitely experienced some pain before. Who hasn't? But in your case, it's been because you like to see the best in others and you like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And it's like once you start caring about somebody, they can do no wrong in your eyes. So you all have gotten some trust issues. You have some trust issues now. And so, but you all are so cute, so loving. Some of you may not like to be called cute, depending on how grown you are, but yeah, you all are very loving, but it's like you are very angry. You have a lot of pent-up anger within you. You tend to lash out. But for the most part, your toxic trait is basically you try to hurt before you get hurt. Even if that's not necessarily to an extreme point where you are literally, I don't even know how to describe it, as in like, you're not necessarily, not all of you are extreme. Some of you is in a more subtle self-sabotage kind of way. With the 9 of Swords, you all are very careful. Okay, you all are very careful. And with the Ace of Swords, you all are very knowledgeable, obviously, intelligent. So when something happens that's kind of out of the realm of your understanding, or rather, it's like to a certain point when things start happening, you kind of shut down as far as rational thinking goes. So some things, human and emotional wise, they kind of go over your head sometimes when situations start to happen. So then that's when you, with the Magician, you start wanting to control the situation, because now 9 of Wands, you're already trying to hide. You're already in the thought process of, I'm about to be hurt. So with the 5 of Wands, you try to start the conflict first. You try to get it out the way. You all aren't necessarily, actually you all aren't the most confrontational people, but you have made yourself be that way because you're like, I want to do it first. I'm going to do it under my terms if it has to happen regardless. And with the Queen of Wands, you don't want to let anybody see you down. You don't want to, a lot of times you've had to make it so that nobody thinks that you really care. And with Justice, it's kind of like, it's only 2 ways something can go for you. You're like, either I get hurt on their terms or I get hurt on my own terms. It's like you have no outside thought of like, oh, this might be okay. It's more like, it's kind of pessimistic now. It's like your toxic trait is thinking that things can only go downhill once a situation starts to get dicey. Like, you all don't see any bright outcomes. You automatically get scared You automatically start thinking about what has happened to you in your past, and you let that control you because you're like, no, it's gonna happen again, it's happening again, da da da, like, you know what I mean? So you try to escape in any way you can, but you can't necessarily just say like, oh, like you can't just say I'm scared and I think you're gonna do me like how I was done in the past, or I think this is gonna go how it went in the past. You choose to be either passive aggressive or avoidant and self-sabotage and just be like, you know, doing things or saying kind of out of the box things. Some of it is not necessarily out of the box, but some of it is. Even if the other person tries to explain, you kind of have already made up your mind as to what the truth is. Okay, so let's move this and get into some oracles. So first we have Storm Angel, Collision of Beliefs, Styles, Attitudes, and Energies, number 35. Is this, doesn't look like it's, okay, that looks better. It probably was doing that the whole time, it's fine. So yes, this is exactly what I was talking about as far as you all already having your mind made up. Like, so it'd be different if you were confronting somebody with the intention of listening and being open-minded and actually wanting to work things out. But you all confront somebody with the intentions of like ending it every time. You're like, no, this is gonna go bad, so I'm gonna just break it off here. So it's like, and you all are very intense. So it's like, oftentimes people already know when you're kind of in that, you know, some people might even avoid you when you get like this because they're like, it's better to avoid you than to, you know, engage in any kind of conversation with you, because it's not necessarily a real conversation because you're not gonna listen. You're not gonna hear them out. You're only listening to certain bits and pieces to incriminate them further. And so taking some of the things they say out of context or trying to read in between the lines, when a lot of times people are just telling you what they're telling you. And you all, with this Ace of Swords, you know how to articulate yourselves very well. So with those who may not be able to articulate as well as you are easily able to be like, oh, but you just said da 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 da, and they're like, no, but what I meant was, and you're like, no, but you didn't say that. Kind of thing. And you know, a lot of people like, and that's collision of styles right there, is where, you know, people have different styles of communicating. And so it's like, if one thing is out of place, you're very critical when it comes to things like that. You're like, nope, this is wrong, this is bad, everything's going wrong. You all are kind of dramatic as well, but based off of what you have been through, I'm not gonna judge you. We have 3 Witchy Sisters, the Power of 3, number 9. This is what I mean. You all are like, this is gonna happen again and again and again. But most of the time, you all are like, because the meaning behind this card is like things come in 3 in order to really show you or get to the root of something. But when I was reading the card, it also was like, sometimes what you think is a problem is not even a real problem. You know, there are better ways to deal with things, but you all jump to conclusions, and then it's like everything goes out the window. And then it does end up being another case of the Power of 3, where something happens again and again and again and again, because you all are failing to realize that you are the problem in these situations. And a lot can be solved by you just listening and actually absorbing the information instead of listening to manipulate that information to fit your already toxic narrative. And then we have Shallow Grave, You Miss Someone, number 29. Okay. So, yeah. So you all kill relationships way before they actually end. So with You Miss Someone, it's like, even if you're still in a friendship, relationship, even with family members, it's like in your mind, they're pretty much, like the vibes are off to you a lot of the times. And the reason why you all might lash out the way you do is because you all hold in a lot. Like if you guys see something you don't like, somebody says something you don't like, you might not always come forth with that information when it happens. You all kind of tend to let things build up and fester. And so that's why often relationships are done in your head before they're actually finished, And that's what I was saying earlier. You guys want to see the best in your people, and you can still do that. But if something happens that makes you feel away, you should be able to say something. Like, you should say something. And if that relationship doesn't allow for that, then that's when you end it or put it in whatever category you have to. But, you guys don't even let relationships, like, see these butterflies? You all don't let your relationships transform beyond what it is, because once the relationship starts to change, once it becomes different, once things start happening, you all get scared. And then, you don't speak up and say like, oh, I'm scared, or, oh, things are different, you're different. You just, like I said, you start lashing out. You start having your own narrative in your head as what's happening. We have Mend a Broken Heart Fairy, Healing from Heartache. 36. You all are trying. I will say that. You all so badly just want to be loved properly. And so, but you all just have to listen. That's your main problem, is not listening and not speaking up for yourselves. You need to listen and you need to speak up. On the bottom of the deck, we have I Am Callie, From Death Comes Rebirth, and Fairy of the Highlands, It's Time to Be Brave. Basically what I was saying about needing to let relationships transform. You all need to listen. You all need to be brave and know that whatever somebody else says, whatever happens, is for the benefit of you and it's for the best. Instead of trying to be somebody that controls all the situation, you all try to control your own pain and try to tell yourself if you lash out first, then you're in control, but that's not true. You all need to let go, trust the process, and if you have so much belief and trust in the people you are friends with and relations with, then you need to trust that, trust that they have the same intentions as you do, which is to love and be loved. And you all are you block yourself so much from seeing the real. Even if you all are right, it's like the way you go about getting to that conclusion is so chaotic. It's so chaotic. But I think that is all that I have for you today, my pile ones. If you're going to pick another pile, I will see you there. If not, like if you want to, comment if you want to, subscribe if you want to, maybe even share, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. What is up, my pile twos? If you chose this houndstooth pattern, then congratulations, you have found your pile. And we're just going to get right into what your toxic traits are, okay? So first we have the 9 of Cups here, which is Pisces. We have the 7 of Cups, which is Scorpio. We have the 6 of Wands, which is Leo, and the 9 of Pentacles, Earth signs, I'll say Taurus, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And on the bottom of the deck, we had the 2 of Wands, which is Aries, and the 4 of Swords, which is Libra. And I'm going to put this here so that I remember what's happening with the bottom of the deck. Okay, so, pile 2, your toxic trait is being in situations that don't serve you at all, that only serve as a distraction for entertainment purposes. You all are kind of live your lives like you're in a movie. So it's like you all allow yourselves to be in situations that are just essentially either a waste of time or just a waste of time, a waste of space. It's like you really could be doing something else. You could be investing energy into anything else. but you choose to. It's like it's like watching a movie that you know is stupid, but it's like a train wreck, so you continue to watch it to the end anyways. And then when you're done watching it, you're like, wow, that was dumb. I really did not have to finish that, or I really just should have turned it off from the beginning. But no, you're like, I gotta see it through. Got to see it through. Especially like, you all are very, how do I say it? You all are very in tune with your intuition with that 9 of Cups there. So I don't know why with the 7 of Cups you choose to kind of act as if you don't know what the outcome is going to be. Like, you all kind of sift around and like, ooh, is this gonna happen? Is this gonna happen? Stay tuned to find out next week. You know, like I'm getting movie / TV series vibes. Like, and with the 6 of Wands, some of you, this is either some of you could very well be on the more introverted side, but regardless if you're introverted or extroverted, you all still want to be that kind of centerpiece. You all, it's giving main character with that 6 of Wands. It's very main character energy. So, and with the 9 of Pentacles, you all kind of invest, like I said, invest your time in things that allow you to feel that kind of main character, drama, TV kind of sort of energy. But with the 2 of Wands, it's like you all do have plans outside of that, and you all are investing into those plans, but it's like you kind of allow the side missions, we'll call them, to take up more energy than your main mission. You know what I mean? With the 4 of Swords here, I'm hearing, today drained me. If y'all know like the TikTok or whatever, like today drained me because you all have been investing. It's like binge watching like a 2-season TV show in one day. That's the equivalent of what you all do in your lives, like in reality with people. But okay, let's move these and get into some oracle. So first we have Marie, Masquerade, Glamour, Intrigue, and Drama. It's like picking up everything in the background. Glamour, Intrigue, and Drama, number 14. Okay. Which is, I don't even have to explain that. This is y'all right here. This is y'all. Oops, bumped the camera. This is y'all. Mrs. Marie Masquerade. You are one for the dramatics. We have Poe. Time for change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom, number 7. You know, the thing about it is, as far as using things with wisdom and time for change, is just like, you all don't want, even if you live your life like a movie or a series, it's like you don't want it to end. You know how after like 2 seasons, shows start to get very dumb, how they just start killing off characters, how it just seems like there are too many plot holes, the story drags on. That's like I'm saying, that's what you all kind of invest your time in. It's like, no, just end the show. End it. The show has come to an end. There's no need to continue to drag it on. But you all are also kind of, I don't know if it's being afraid of not kind of being in that kind of drama, or like, I'm not saying afraid, but it's like the fear of having too much time in your hands. You all kind of enjoy the I'm too busy, or kind of using some of these things as a distraction. Like, that's your go-to instead of sitting and carrying out your plans and, you know, being disciplined and using your time that way. It's like you all use that, like the drama and things, as an escape. Even if you're not necessarily the cause, or you're not necessarily the main character of the drama, it's like you're in it somehow. And we have Snow Angel. The signs are with you already. Number 4. Exactly. You all know how everything's going to play out already. Like, you know. You have the answers already. But what do? You're like, nah, I just want to see. I just want to see how it's going to play out. If you know somebody's doing something sneaky, you're like, nah, I just want to see what they're going to say. I want to see their excuse. You're the type of person to ask a person, like, a question that you already know the answer to see if they're going to lie. And then you set up this whole elaborate scheme to catch them. It's like a whole lot. Like, things you don't need to be doing. Seriously. We have Amara the Mini Hoon, Aloha Healing, number 19. Okay. Bottom line is, Spirit is getting a little tired of you and your antics. They're like, you need to be focused on healing. Maybe when you were younger, you're used to having very extravagant and drama happening around you. Maybe that's what you're used to. Maybe that's all you know because of your family or whoever, but that's the kind of environment you think you thrive in, but you really do not. Spirit's like, you need to focus on breaking these kind of patterns, healing, furthering yourself and your goals, because like you could still be experiencing success, obviously, but it's like the magnitude of which you would experience if you just like focus in completely would be much greater than what it is right now. And I feel like if you really just sit back and think about some of the time you've spent doing things that don't matter, it would really put things into perspective for you. But on the bottom of the deck, we have Pink Lotus Fairy, A Time for Spirit, number 43, and Nautilus Princess, Powerful Personal Growth, number 41. This is what I was just saying. I don't have to explain that. I said that kind of prematurely. Should have waited till I showed the bottom of the deck, but yeah, come on. How to. I love the whole main character energy. It's giving very much Libra, Pisces, Sagittarius, even some Leo with the dramatics. But yeah, but I think that is all that I have for you today, my pile twos. If you're gonna pick another pile, I will see you there. If not, like if you want to, comment if you want to, subscribe if you want to, maybe even share, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. What is up, my pile threes? If you chose the stripes pattern, then congratulations, you have found your pile, and we're just gonna get right into your toxic traits. Okay, so first we have the Emperor, which is Aries, and then we have this one. I'll actually read this one. This isn't part of the it's just an extra card from the deck. You are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. But it came out in reverse, so I'm gonna go with it. And then we have the Six of Cups here, which is Scorpio, and the King of Cups, which is more water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is Taurus. And we have the Three of Pentacles, which is Capricorn. Okay, and we're just going to put this in the middle so that I remember what's going on there. Alright, so pile 3, you all are heavily in your masculine energy a lot of the time, whether you're female or male. You all tend to thrive and feel you're most comfortable in your masculinity. Lots of you, this is like a lot because of maybe your mom was somebody who tend to thrive in their masculine energy, or because of father wounds that you have that has made you turn to being the one who provides, being the go-getter, being the one who has to motivate and push others, that kind of thing. So your toxic trait, I would say, is thinking you have to be that catalyst or be that person that pushes somebody into their awakening. You know, you're the person who sees potential in others, and so you're the one who's like, okay, well, I'm gonna push you into being that person that I see you as. You know what I mean? And with the Six of Cups, I see this as being something that is like, you wish you had somebody to push you, so, and to believe in you and to motivate you and to guide you, so you have become that person in turn that does their best to help others. But and especially with this one, where it's like, may you find a path to your best self. You all are this person for other people, but the thing is, you guys go a little overboard. With the King of Cups, you invest your all into other people to the point where it makes you feel some type of way personally when somebody doesn't go according to your guidance, you know, when somebody doesn't take your advice, when somebody doesn't, you know, do things in the way that you would. It makes you feel some type of way. I don't know if it makes you feel threatened or just it's just a sort of disappointment. Or maybe you see the other person as like maybe your younger self or your past self. So it makes you feel like it's you in a way. But regardless, it's toxic. It's a toxic trait. If somebody does not want to change, you cannot force them. If somebody is not yet ready to make the changes that, you know, they may eventually come into on their own, you know, you cannot make them. You cannot force somebody into a path ahead of time, whether it is actually a path they're supposed to be on or not. With the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, you're a naturally giving person. You just want people to be successful. You want, if you have it, you want others to have it. Well, at least those that you care about. But you all are definitely somebody with a lot of authority. And you all don't necessarily try to use it like in a manipulative manner. It's just that you are a teacher. You're like a father figure, regardless of your gender. You're a father figure. And, you know, parents in general want the best for you and oftentimes feel like they know the best for you, regardless on if they really do or if they don't. They try to keep you from experiencing certain things that they feel like you don't need to experience. Things that they experienced in the past, they try to keep you from a lot of that stuff. Some stuff that is needed for your development. Some stuff that you're going to end up going through anyways. They try to keep you from a lot of it. So that's you're kind of being the parent to people that you don't need to be the parent to. The universe got them. Their parents got them. Their friends that they're going to meet along the way got them. You know what I mean? Their development will be natural. You don't need to kind of speed things up. Now, this does not mean you can't help people, obviously. It's just, you know, you cannot invest yourself wholly into somebody else. You cannot force them. You can give people advice and then let them be on their way. Or you be on your way. Let me move this so we can get into oracles. Okay, first we have Violet Angel Breaking Dawn, number 23. You all are a force to be reckoned with. You all are very powerful. You are naturally somebody that you're like a trailblazer. You change people everywhere you go. And you don't know how much change you inspire in people just by meeting them. You don't need to do extra things. By you just being you is enough change as is. Like, you don't have to keep going above and beyond for other people. What you do is enough. You know what I mean? We have Eclipse Mermaid, a powerful energy shift, number 10. This is what I'm saying. You all are very powerful. It's just sometimes your information, your advice falls on deaf ears simply because people are not ready to hear it yet. People are not ready to see the vision yet, and that is okay. That is okay. You can be that person that people can come to later on if you want to. Like, you be like, hey, I have this advice for you for now. Once you get started, hit me up a little later and we can work some more things out, or I can give you some more advice. blah, 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 blah. But also you all, okay, I'm gonna get to that. We have Death and the Maiden, Invasion, Boundaries Violated, and Dominance, 28. Yeah, some of you all be pushing it a little bit as far as what's your business and what's not your business. Just because you give somebody advice, whether it's solicited or unsolicited advice, there's a certain point to where some things are just not your business. There's a point to where you need to mind your business. And I don't feel like you guys are the type to really cross somebody's boundaries. I feel like this is a sense of somebody puts you in their business and then you become invested. But in your own self, you have to be that person to say, no, this is none of my business. If you're going to continue to be like this, I don't want to hear anything else about it. You know what I mean? I don't feel like you're just going and being like, hey, what happened? Hey, tell me about this. No, more so people are seeking you out. But it's still because it comes a sense of both of your boundaries kind of being mixed up, a little bit of codependency there. So that's what that is here. And you all are the more dominant one. So it's easy for people to flip things on you as well. So that's something to be careful of. We have Angel of Time, Working Too Hard, number 40. A lot of you often feel like you wasted your time with some people. But the thing is, you only have yourself to blame for that. And a lot of you need to start charging for consultations and things of that nature, because that way, if you do give out information and they don't take it or they don't use it, then at least you won't be, putting yourself out there for nothing, or you won't be giving for nothing, or giving to somebody who isn't yet equipped to use it. At least you'll have something from that, even if it's not their progress necessarily, or their progress in the time frame that you want it to be in. On the bottom of the deck, we have We're Here, Out Trick-or-Treating, number 5, and we have Snow Angel, The Signs Are With You Already, number 4. The thing about it is, you all can see the potential in people, but it's to the extent where you're not looking at them for who they are, taking things at face value. So the signs are always with you as to who a person is. But once you've seen so much potential and they continuously show you that they're not ready to be that person, or they're not that person yet, or if at all, you often feel like you've been tricked, you feel like you've been played. But truth is, they have shown and been consistent in the type of person they are. You just did not want to see that, or acknowledge that maybe you couldn't change that person or make them into somebody better. But pile 3, that is not your job. It's not your job to be, like I said, it's not a job to be a catalyst or someone that pushes somebody into a awakening. Even if you have been that for somebody in the past, that was just that was by chance. That was something the universe incited, but that is not something that you need to take on by yourself. You know what I mean? But I think that's all that I have for you today in my pile 3s. If you're going to pick another pile, I will see you there. If not, like if you want to, comment if you want to, subscribe if you want to, maybe even share. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.